Hi everyone, I'm Miss Jan from the Woodlands Children's Museum. Welcome to the at-home edition of Shadow Puppet Theater. First, I'd like to wish you all a very happy Children's Book Week. We are celebrating Book Week online this year, and every year it's a celebration of books and the joy that we get from reading. So I hope you love books as much as I do. I even have some of the books from when I was a little girl. This one I remember, this is called Linda and Her Little Sister. And I can still hear my dad's voice reading this book to me. There was one page I made him read over and over and over. I'll let you see the picture here. And it says, Linda walks with Big One, too, singing over and over, 1, 2, 3, Bumblebee. And I made Dad say that probably at least 10 times. So the memory of sharing books together will stay with you for a very long time. I also loved the stories of Pokey Little Puppy. I know many of you know the book about Corduroy. There are some more recent books that have become my favorites too. I love the Elephant and Piggy books by Mo Willem. This one is We Are in a Book, and it's very silly. And who doesn't love Pete the Cat? This one is Pete the Cat and his magic sunglasses. So celebrate books every day, not just on Children's Book Week, because they're a way of just making friends with the book and going places. We can't go many places right now, so when you open a book, you can go all over the place and you can make friends inside the story as well. So I hope you just take some time to find a book, either share it with a brother and sister, your mom and dad, or just read it by yourself and have fun. So let's get back to Shadow Puppets. Shadow Puppet Theater is one of our favorite programs at the museum. Shadow puppetry is an ancient art form that started over 2,000 years ago in China and India. And we are going to do a story today that it's called a classic. It's called Where the Wild Things Are, written and illustrated by Maurice Sendak. And you might notice this gold seal on the front of the book, and that means this book got a very special award called the Caldecott Medal. And that award is given to books, to illustrators of books, for their pictures, for the illustrations. And this book has fabulous illustrations, which you're not going to see while we're doing the shadow puppet part of the program, but after the story is over, I will show you some of the pictures inside. So first, I want to thank Mr. Ron, who is my cameraman. He's my husband. There he is. He is the puppeteer today, and he also put our puppet theater together. So I'm very grateful to Mr. Ron for all of his help. So everybody sit back, get comfortable, and here is Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing. And Max said, I'll eat you up. So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day, and in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still!" and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Think he's missing home. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. Do you think that was a dream? I'm not sure, but it was an awfully fun story. And remember, I told you I was going to show you a few of the illustrations, which is a fancy word for pictures. After Max says, "Let the wild rumpus start," there are 6 pages that don't have any words, but they have pictures of what a wild rumpus looks like. So we have that one, and you can make up your own words or your own sound effects. You can be roaring your terrible roars, and gnashing your terrible teeth, and showing your terrible claws. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, happy Children's Book Week, and thank you for joining me today. Till next time, keep a smile on your face and a story and a song in your heart. Bye-bye.